What's up with it? It's your boy King, aka Kid Sin, and we jumping out the porch with Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy King, aka KS, and we're back with Dirty Glove Bastards. You know how it goes every time we get caught up in something, things get wild. It's like we're playing with fire, and honestly, it feels like a huge risk every time. I've always been the one in the family to stir things up, the rebel of the bunch, you know? Yeah, that's just how I roll. Hey everyone, it's King here, aka the new King of the South, aka Junior. This is Tip's son, King Harris, coming at you with GOAT Talk for Complex. We've got a crazy story for you today. T.I. and the Harris family are back in the spotlight, and it's a wild one. So here's the scoop. King Harris had a major meltdown after some rumors started flying about him being on the down low. But that's not all. There's talk that the baby he thought was his might not be his after all. Crazy, right? Stick around because we're breaking it all down for you bit by bit. King C. Andre Harris, born on August 25th, 2004, in Atlanta, Georgia, is the son of T and Tiny Harris. Lately, he's been making headlines, and not in a good way. Let's dig into what's really going on and get to the bottom of this scandal. King comes from a big blended family. He's one of 7 kids in the well-known Harris clan. From the time they were little, they grew up in front of the cameras, becoming TV sensations we all watch grow up. Their family reality show, T.I. and Tiny the Family Hustle, gave us an inside look at their lives, and we saw King go from a little kid to a standout teenager. It's crazy to think back to those days. I remember when King was as young as Eris is now, or when Major was the same age as my granddaughter. Those memories are so special, and it's all thanks to the family sticking together. But let's be real, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Like any family, they've had their share of ups and downs, and being in the spotlight has only made things more complicated. King, with his larger-than-life presence, grew up under the watchful eyes of cameras, always in the public eye. At such a young age, it's hard to imagine the pressure of living up to expectations and constantly having to deal with rumors, speculations, and personal struggles in front of the world. No matter how hard you try to ignore it, being on TV doesn't come without its challenges. The public has seen King's rebellious streak, the clashes with authority, and the mistakes that came with being a teenager trying to find his way in the world. Yet, as we all know, every mistake is a learning experience. King seems to be maturing, especially after the birth of his son, King Jr. It's evident that fatherhood has changed him, and seeing that evolution has been something beautiful to witness. Through all the drama, the scandals, the rumors, and the social media frenzy, the family has stuck together. Tiny and T, despite their own differences and struggles, have always made sure to stand by their children, offering their support. The bond they share is what has kept them grounded amid the chaos. As for King, it's clear that he's trying to navigate his own path now, balancing his responsibilities as a father while figuring out his place in this crazy world. The road ahead might be bumpy, but with family by his side, there's hope that King will come out on top, wiser and stronger than before. The show gave us some laughs and showed the typical family struggles, but it didn't reveal everything. In reality, King didn't have the picture-perfect childhood we might have thought. He spent a lot of time living with his grandma and would only see his parents every now and then. King has talked about this, saying there was a period when he fully stayed with his nana and visits to his parents were rare. King was often called by T.I. and Tiny to film episodes for their hit TV show. The family dynamic was definitely a bit different. I lived with my grandma, King explained. On weekends, they'd say, "Hey, we're shooting today, we need Y all at the house." They'd come pick me up from my grandma's, and as soon as filming was done, I'd head right back to her place. Growing up in the spotlight, it wasn't long before King started gravitating toward music just like his dad. He began working on his rap career, dropping new tracks and making a name for himself. With a sharp business mind and a creative spirit, King blended the two to carve out his own path. His deep connection to his family's legacy, especially his dad's success in the music industry with Grammy wins and all, helped propel him forward. King's efforts paid off, and he quickly built a strong fan base, especially in Atlanta. From the shows I've been doing with DUF and the recent tour, my fan base here has really grown, he shared. His journey is just beginning, but he's already making waves, following in his father's footsteps while creating his own legacy. My fan base is growing, and the album is going to be insane, King shared excitedly. I really started getting serious about music a little while into school. It wasn't something we talked about much at first, but by November 2023, things were really picking up. That same month, King and T were caught on video having a heated argument about King's upbringing. T insisted that King had been raised with a silver spoon in his mouth, but King strongly disagreed. T-Ty tried to make his point by saying, "You never woke up with a cockroach on your face." Despite this, King stuck to his story, claiming he came from the hood and that's where he wanted to be, not in the gated community his dad had worked hard to provide. "Have you ever woken up with a roach on your face?" T.I. asked, trying to make his case. "No, and that's not the goal," King shot back. The disagreement showed just how differently the two see King's past, with King insisting the hood is where he belongs, while T tried to remind him of the comfortable life he actually had. To defend himself, King said, "I know I'm not some silver spoon kid. I've never had that life. You had to come to my grandma's house because I was getting into fights. I didn't want to be in those gates." I wanted to be out in the neighborhood. That's where I felt I belonged. They just don't understand that T.I. responded, you know why he wants to be over there? Because he can act like a little kid over there. He added, I try to have great communication with all my kids. I listen as much as I talk. From King's perspective, he doesn't want to just be a celebrity's kid. He doesn't want to live off our success or stay in our shadow. It's like many celebrity kids, King eventually found himself in some drama. He had a few run-ins with the law, which caused tension between him and his dad. In September 2022, things got particularly tough, adding even more strain to their already complicated relationship. After being arrested, King took to Instagram to share that he was being detained, but didn't give any further details. This sparked a huge public reaction, with many people blaming T for not raising his son properly. Fans flooded social media, criticizing T's parenting skills, and T didn't take kindly to it. He quickly responded by posting a video addressing the backlash. T had hit back saying, y'all need to stop hitting me up about King. The first know my son, I've talked to him plenty of times. He knows what's good for him and what's not. King's a good kid, he's just chasing after the wrong things right now. But I'm trusting myself to handle him in the way I see fit. He went on to say, people love to criticize me about my son, but let's be real, everybody's got their tough kids. Don't make it seem like I'm the only one dealing with this. He continued, take the good with the bad, but just know if he keeps it up, he's heading down a dangerous path. I don't wish prison on him, but he needs to understand where this road leads. It was clear that T.I. was standing by his son, but he also wasn't sugarcoating the tough love needed to help him change course. T made it clear, I don't wish any of this on him. I love him no matter what he's going through, and I can't say enough that he's a good kid. Despite all the trouble King has been getting into, his dad's support for him never wavers. But it hasn't been easy for King. He's had his fair share of run-ins with the law, missing court dates, almost crashing into a police car, and even having marijuana and a gun found in his car after a search. He also got hit with a charge for driving with an expired license in 2022. The guy just can't seem to stay out of trouble, and of course the criticism falls on his parents, with people saying they didn't raise him right. TT responded to the criticism, saying King wants to face challenges on his own and be tested on how he handles them, not just be judged for the mistakes he makes. Because he's my son, he made it clear that King doesn't want to be defined by his father's success or mistakes. But just when things seemed like they couldn't get worse, someone pointed out, speaking of the cops, didn't your son get arrested too? He was detained, but they let him go. Do you know what that was about? It's clear that King's drama isn't over yet, and the challenges he's facing are still very much in the spotlight. Stay tuned, because it doesn't seem like this story is ending anytime soon. King Harris has once again hit the tabloids, but this time it's for a scandal that's got everyone talking. A leaked video surfaced showing King with another partner in an intimate moment, and boy did it cause a stir. The video ended up being sent to both T.I. and King's baby mama, Big Nana, which definitely didn't help the situation. As expected, social media blew up and the drama took over the internet, but T didn't shy away from addressing it. He acknowledged King's fiery passion and the tough moments he's been through. Everybody knows my son King, he's passionate, and yeah, he's had some rough patches, but the Lord's not done with him yet, T said. He went on to say that King is learning from his mistakes just like everyone does at his age. When asked if King reminded him of his younger self, T got real. Yeah, he does. He reminds me of the time when I made my biggest mistakes. I paid for them, but what he has that I didn't is me and his mama. He has our support and guidance, T explained. Even though this scandal has sparked major controversy, T still believes in his son's growth. He's confident that King will continue to learn and get better with time. But with all the drama, it's clear that King's journey in the spotlight is far from over. Stay tuned, because this story is only getting started. The drama surrounding King just took a huge turn, and it's causing some serious waves. A video recently leaked showing King in an intimate moment, and things got really messy when it surfaced online. Word on the street is that the video was sent to both T and King's baby mama, Big Nana, and of course social media went crazy. People are talking and opinions are all over the place. Now, T's reaction? He seems pretty shaken up. No one expects something like this to blow up, especially not when you're in the spotlight. T has always shown off his tough guy persona in his music, and in a world like hip-hop where reputation is everything, this could definitely damage his image. He's worked hard to maintain that street credibility, and these allegations are putting that in serious jeopardy. T.I., though, has always been someone who brushes off the critics, but with something like this, it's hard to ignore. Rumors are swirling that he's trying his best to keep the video from spreading any further. The stakes are high, and it's clear this drama is far from over. King's actions are raising some serious questions about family, privacy, and respect. This whole situation is a reminder of just how quickly things can spiral out of control, especially when you're constantly under the public's watchful eye. What do you think? Is it fair to invade someone's privacy like this, or is it just part of the territory when you live in the spotlight? Either way, it's clear the Harris family is going to be dealing with the fallout for a while. The drama around King just keeps getting bigger, and now it's taken a crazy twist. Word is Big Nana, King's baby mama, has a copy of that controversial video, and things are spiraling out of control. This new detail has made people even more suspicious of her. T and Nana have never had the best relationship, with T.I. thinking she's more interested in the fame and money that come with being in the Harris family than truly supporting King. Now, with her allegedly holding onto the video, many are wondering if she's using it to stir up trouble for her own gain. But wait, there's more. T and Tiny are at odds over how to handle this whole mess. Tiny thinks King should address everything publicly, clearing the air and explaining what happened. But T.I., he wants to protect the family's image, and he's doing everything he can to bury the story. The tension between the two is obvious, and fans are left wondering who's right and what's really going on behind closed doors. As if things couldn't get any more complicated, the video is still out there, and people are keeping a close eye on the situation. With all these twists and turns, the big question is, how will King handle all this? And can the Harris family get past this scandal, or will it pull them apart? We'll have to wait and see, but one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Keep an eye on it because it's bound to get even more intense. The drama surrounding T.I. and his family just keeps growing, with a lot of people pointing fingers at him. They say he's more worried about his own image and how the public sees him than about his son, King, and how all this is affecting him. It's not the first time T has been criticized for his parenting, and this situation isn't helping his reputation at all. But despite all the chaos, there was a big, happy moment for King. On November 5th, 2024, he and Big Nana welcomed their baby boy. King Jr. King couldn't contain his joy and shared the exciting news on Instagram. He even dropped a song called Dear Son to express his happiness. In his post, he included the baby's time of birth, a blue heart, and a crown, showing just how excited he was to be a father. Everything seemed perfect until rumors started to swirl. Soon after the announcement, whispers began to spread that King might not actually be the father of the baby. Things got even messier when people started claiming that Nana wasn't sure who the real father was and had just said it was King. Then, the rumors turned even more dramatic with talk of a DNA test that supposedly showed King wasn't the biological father. The story just keeps getting more complicated, and with each new twist, it's clear this family drama is far from over. Stay tuned, because there's more to come. The moment the rumors about King hit social media, they went viral. Fans had a lot to say, questioning everything about King's relationship with his baby mama. Some even mocked him, saying they had warned him that she wasn't the right choice. But despite all the gossip, King's family stuck by him. His older sister, Zeke, quickly shut down the rumors, denying the DNA test claims. Tiny, his mom, wasn't about to let this slide either. She took to Instagram, posting loving family Christmas photos to clap back at the haters. She was sending a clear message: no one was going to tear her family down. King, on the other hand, didn't let all the drama bother him too much. While the rumors swirled, he shared pictures of his son on social media, clearly proud to be a father. However, he stayed quiet on the whole DNA test issue and didn't address the rumors directly. Instead, King opened up in a few interviews, talking about the struggles of being a young dad. He mentioned how hard it is to get sleep since his son is always up early. Through all the chaos around him, King is focused on being a good dad, even if the drama keeps coming his way. He's showing that he's ready to face the challenges of fatherhood head-on, no matter what. King recently shared a video on social media where he opened up about his experience as a young dad. He laughed off all the negative talk and rumors, saying none of it bothers him. "Everything people say about me is a lie," he said confidently. "I don't care about all that stuff." He also proudly talked about his son, sharing a little nickname for him. King mentioned how much his son looks like him, joking that they both have the same face structure, just different hairstyles. In the video, you could see King genuinely happy and embracing fatherhood. It's clear he's starting to take on the role of a dad with a new sense of responsibility. He even invited fans to check out his Snapchat to see what he and his son have been up to. Despite all the challenges and rumors, King seemed excited about this new chapter in his life. He also acknowledged how exhausting it can be, especially with the little one keeping him up early in the morning and late into the night. "A lot of people hit me up saying, 'I know you're tired,'" he said. But he added, "The truth is, I've been tired way before my son was born. I've been out here working, grinding through all of this." King seems to be finding his rhythm as a father, and it's clear that this new role is helping him grow and mature in ways we're all hoping to see. We're definitely rooting for him as he navigates fatherhood. King's been pretty open about how fatherhood is changing his life, even though it's keeping him on his toes. He shared on social media that his little guy has him up early every morning and keeps him up late at night. "Lifestyle just living," King said, laughing as he explained how his son likes to walk around the house making his own little live concert for dad. He calls his son Little Jack Jack, a nickname inspired by the character from The Incredibles. And even though King's getting less sleep than before, it's clear he's loving every moment of fatherhood. He even invited his followers to join him on Snapchat to see all the fun they're having, especially those early mornings with little Junior. But here's the thing: amid all the recent rumors and drama, King's staying calm. He's not letting all the gossip affect him too much. Instead, he's embracing fatherhood and the challenges that come with it. Speaking of family, it's also worth taking a moment to talk about Messiah, King's older half-brother. While King's life has always been in the spotlight, Messiah has kept a much quieter profile. He stayed away from the public eye and has always kept his personal business to himself. It's clear that Messiah values his privacy and doesn't feel the need to share everything like King does. This more low-key approach to life shows there are different ways to handle being part of a famous family. With all the drama surrounding King right now, especially the rumors and controversies, it's easy to forget that the whole family has its own ways of coping. King's going through a lot, but he seems to be taking it all in stride, doing his best to handle fatherhood, fame, and the ups and downs that come with it. It's not easy, but he's making it work. And we're all here to see how it unfolds. Keep an eye on his journey because it looks like there's more to come. So let's talk about King's older brother, Messiah. He's always been the quiet one in the family, staying away from the drama and the cameras. While King has been in the spotlight, Messiah has kept to himself. He wasn't on the reality show for too long either, and no one seemed to think much of it at first, but then things took a wild turn. Rumors started flying that Messiah might be involved in a same-sex relationship, and some very provocative photos surfaced online. This stirred up a huge scandal that quickly had people talking. On top of that, people started to point fingers at T.I., wondering if he was somehow involved. It's been said that T didn't like the rumors and was unhappy about how they could affect his image. Some even suggest that Tia pushed Messiah out of the show to protect his reputation. Now, this all sounds a lot like the drama surrounding King, right? And with T.I. in the middle of both situations, it made some people question his role in all of this. But here's the twist, there's no real proof to back up any of these claims. Messiah just sort of faded into the background, disappearing from the public eye without any real explanation. So, while the family has had their fair share of ups and downs, these two brothers, King and Messiah, are just trying to live their lives. But it's clear that the pressure and rumors have affected them both. Whether it's family drama or outside opinions, it looks like the Harris family has more than their fair share of struggles in the spotlight. So, the other day, someone dropped a comment asking if it's true that Messiah was gay and that T didn't want him on the show anymore because of it. Now, here's the deal, there's no real proof of this. But let's dive into what I found. I couldn't find anything on Instagram or Twitter, but TikTok led me to some videos, and one lady commented about a YouTube video she saw saying Messiah was allegedly in a gay relationship. This stirred up some rumors, especially with some leaked photos floating around. But let's be real for a second, Messiah has never confirmed he's gay, and there's no solid proof. What we do know is that Messiah is super private. He keeps his personal life out of the spotlight, and he's mainly focused on his music career, especially as a blues musician. All these rumors started swirling, but there's nothing to back them up. We can't say for sure who Messiah is dating or what his sexuality is because he doesn't talk about it. He's just doing his thing, keeping it low-key. So for now, all those rumors are just that, rumors. All right, let's break this down, shall we? There's this rumor making the rounds that Messiah got kicked off the show because of some wild stuff like sharing adult photos when he was underage. The gossip goes that T.I. was trying to protect his family's image and thought getting rid of Messiah was the way to do it. But to be real, that story doesn't add up and honestly feels more like a mix-up. Here's where things get interesting. Do you guys remember back in 2017 when there was drama with Rashida and Kirk's son, Kai? Someone called up Rashida's business saying her son and Kai were involved in something inappropriate. The lady was trying to stir up trouble, claiming the two were having a gay relationship. It was all over the place. But Kai's disappearance from the show, that had more to do with the fact that he was off at college. We all know how crazy college schedules can get. You're juggling classes, work, and a ton of other stuff. So it seems like Messiah's situation was more about that, not some huge scandal T was trying to hide. It's easy to get caught up in all the drama, but sometimes the truth is a lot simpler than we think. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Messiah has been flying under the radar, keeping his focus on building his career as a blues artist. He's always been a private person, and that hasn't changed. After growing up in the spotlight, he's now embracing a quieter life and looking forward to new experiences. In a recent interview, he shared how excited he is about the future, especially with plans to move into his own place and experience life on his terms. Now, King's journey has been a bit different. Growing up on TV with cameras always around him, his childhood wasn't like most people's. He had his fair share of struggles, especially during his teenage years, where he clashed with authority and got into trouble with the law. But things seem to be turning around for him after becoming a father. It's clear that King's learning and growing, and many people are excited to see how fatherhood will shape him. But here's where things get interesting. What do you think is really going on? Is King still keeping things on the down low? Did Big Nana cheat on him? Is King Jr. really his biological child? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments below and make sure you stay tuned for more updates on this wild Hollywood scandal. There's plenty more drama coming your way and you don't want to miss a thing.